What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here, out here in a beautiful area in Tucson. We're going to go for a ride. We're going to be talking about 3 forgotten tips motorcycle riders need to know real quick. Be predictable, be legal, be visible. We're going to be jumping into that a little bit more, so stick around if you want to. Quick shout out to our main sponsors. You guys are our main sponsors. We have the MTC Rider Academy. It's our academy where we go in depth on all this stuff. Right now in 2022, it is only $4.99 the first month, $9.99 after that, and we're going to be increasing the prices for 2023, so lock it in right now. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. So be predictable. What does that even mean? A lot of people are like, well, I don't like that. I don't get it. People should just see me. People should just know what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that will get you in so much trouble in every aspect of your life. You have knowledge and people should know the same things you know, basically. Hey, I know that I'm right here. They should know I'm right here. Hey, I know how to tie a figure 8. They should know how to tie it. It doesn't work. Their perspective is different than your perspective. It's as simple as that. For you, be predictable. How do you be predictable? You communicate your intentions. You communicate what you want. You communicate your needs and your boundaries. I could go on. It's so much far reaching. So being predictable on the motorcycle. So if we're going to narrow it down to just motorcycle riding, well, are you constantly just like playing around, like doing this just on the bike, let's go ahead and get into cruise control? Are you like dancing to music? Are you motovlogging, not paying attention to the road? We have a possible deer coming out, but we're just going to go ahead and not pay attention to any of that. Bicyclists and cars, all these things, we're not going to pay. If you're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing, nobody knows what you're supposed to be doing. So being very clear with your intentions, being very clear with what you're doing. We're on the road. We're in the center lane right now. We can switch over to the left lane if we want. We can switch over to the right lane if we want. It's fine, but being predictable. So we're coming up to an intersection and we are hauling ass and all of a sudden slamming the brakes. That's not predictable for the person behind us. So if we're coming up to an intersection and it's a stale green light and all of a sudden it turns yellow and we're still going 50 on the road, it's a 50-mile-an-hour road, and we're like, we're just gonna go ahead and stop. Boom, slam the brakes, stop on time, good progressive braking, but still, it's very quick. Person behind you was not anticipating that. They run into the back of you. They can't stop in time. So sometimes it's actually better for you to go through the intersection on a yellow versus to stop. Now, when it comes to cornering, you're going through a corner, you're doing, the 30, 40 miles an hour, let's say 40 miles an hour, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I really like the view. And then you swerve off to the right and you get into the shoulder, but then you're like, nah, I don't feel like it. And then you get back into your lane. That person behind you thought you were gonna move over to the right. They were gonna continue going, and boom, you hit them, they hit you. There's a bunch of different reasons why you need to be predictable. These are just 2. I want you to write in the comments an area where it's good to be predictable. So think of intersections, think of interstate merging, okay? So if you're gonna swerve across lanes, okay? Think of the HOV lane. Think of you riding in like downtown where there's a lot of pedestrians. Write in the comments another way that you can be predictable, but the main thing here is being very clear with your intentions, not being erratic, and making sure you know what you're doing. So we got a side of the vehicle right here. So I could just, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I could be super erratic and I'd be like, what's up? Slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. It's gonna confuse them. They're gonna go, and all of a sudden I hit them because I was just playing around, and now we're in trouble. The next thing is being legal. So this is kind of like being predictable, okay? So it has it's kind of married a little bit. So being legal, so not just speed limit, not just staying in your lane, not just riding with gear, like if you have to have a helmet, not just riding with a helmet, wave to this guy. So like in California, you have to have a helmet. Arizona, you don't. So there's that stuff, but then really start thinking about, do you have everything you have on your bike? So you have a headlight, because I believe in the United States, all the states, you have to have a running headlight even during the day. Do you have brake lights? Is everything that you're doing legal in the area that you're riding? Because when you're out riding, you don't want to think too much. You don't want to think about things that could happen. So if I'm out riding, it's say in California, or from Arizona to California, I don't have a helmet. Now I'm worried about a cop. So now I'm searching for cops instead of paying attention to the road. If I'm speeding, so now if I'm speeding, which is against the law, if I'm going like 60 if I'm going over 50, which I think it's a 35, which is weird, but if I'm going over 50, against the law, so I'm looking for cops. But it's also not what the road was designed for. The road is designed for 50 miles an hour. For cars, I get it. We could do a lot more and still handle it, but still, I get it. I don't want to be looking for cops when I'm trying to going through this blind corner because I'm about to hit a cattle guard. See, I don't want to worry about cops. I don't want to worry about running into the back of a vehicle because it's a blind turn or a blind corner or blind whatever. I don't want to worry about all that stuff. So if I just stay within the legal boundaries of things like wearing a helmet, having a headlight so people can see me during the day because we're such a small target, having brake lights so that people behind me know that I'm braking, paying attention to the road, I just do the legal stuff and you don't have to worry about it anymore. I get it. You want to go 60, 70 on this 50? Well, guess what? We're going to end up in the same spot, especially if we're just going in town. I'm going to be home in like 15 minutes. You're going to be there in 13 minutes, and I'll be there 2 minutes later. But at the whole 13 minutes you're riding, you're focused on a bunch of cops. You're worried about, rear ending. You're worried about all this stuff. And if you're not, you should. And over here at 15 minutes of me driving home, I'm relaxed. I'm good. I had 15 minutes of great time. You had 13 minutes of stressing about cops. You saved 2 minutes of not stressing about cops. I had 15 minutes of not stressing. So that to me is way more valuable than speeding. And that's why I don't speed. On top of the safety aspect, adding more factors to a possible crash. Now, being visible. So be predictable, be legal, be visible. So we're coming up to intersections and stuff. We want to present ourselves, motion-induced blindness. We could possibly blend in with the background if we don't move. I want you to think of something, maybe even watch some videos, maybe even just wherever you're at, especially if you're out, out in a place like this, not riding, not driving, not doing anything, but just sitting there and stare at something. Kind of almost to where your vision just blurs out everywhere. Not staring, you're just kind of like zoned out. The first thing that will grab your attention is something that moves. If you're in a sea of nothing moving and something moves, that's what grabs your attention. So to be visible on a motorcycle, move around, grab their attention. Movement and light grabs human eyes, grabs animal eyes. If light goes into a human eye, they see it. That's why we see stuff when it's daytime. We are able to put our focal vision on something that moves. And naturally, humans will put their focal vision on something that moves, determine if it's a threat or not, and do something about it. If it's not a threat, they go back to what they want to look at. If it is a threat, they're going to stare at it. Is that a danger noodle? That is a danger noodle. That was a snake on the road. That would have been a threat. You want to be something that grabs their attention, and then they can determine if you're a threat or not, but they at least know you're there. So being visible is by being moving, by having lights, by having high vis if you can, light colored gear. This is not very light colored, but it's not black. Got a side of the bicycle right here. Okay, side of the car, but nobody's in it. Just being careful. Want to be visible. And that's why they have flags and a high vis helmet right there. They want to be visible. So be predictable, be legal, be visible. I'll see you in the classroom.